All new on the WHAS11 night team, a New Albany woman takes the stand to put her kidnapper behind bars.
He say, I have the gun, and you give me the car, give me the key.
Tonight, the owners of the Onion restaurant reflect on that day and what it means to have a guilty verdict in the case. Plus, from the Sky 11 drone, the new view over the home that the city will soon burn down in Highview. Emergency management addressing concerns from the community ahead of that controlled burn. And then, a car show for a cause. It's day 2 of Wilt Week, supporting the LMPD officer who ran towards danger during the mass shooting at Old National Bank. It's new tonight on the WHAS 11 night team. Right now, here at 11 o'clock, it's been more than a year since Brandy Douglas and Lauren Yell were killed right outside a gas station in southern Indiana. Hello, everybody. I'm Doug Proffitt. And now justice for the victims' families after a jury finds the man accused of the murders guilty on all charges. We're talking about Shakir Douglas. He was convicted yesterday on 2 counts of murder, attempted murder of a police officer, and robbery. Prosecutors say last April, Douglas shot and killed his wife and a bystander before leading police on a chase that ended at a New Albany restaurant called The Onion. That's where he attacked owner Winnie Wynn. WHAS 11 night team's Taylor Woods and photojournalist Elijah McKenzie talked to Winnie and her husband tonight, still haunted by the memories more than a year later.
Everything all right today?
It's been over a year since Shakir Douglas went inside the Onion restaurant in New Albany holding Winnie Wynn hostage. He ran into the place after minutes earlier, shooting and killing his wife Brandy Douglas and bystander Lauren Yell at this gas station down the road. It's still very hard for Richard Wynn and his wife Winnie.
I told the court I don't want to see him, so see, it's behind the wall somewhere. I don't know. I don't see him.
Wynn and his wife attended Douglas's trial on Tuesday. Douglas was found guilty on 2 counts of murder, attempted murder of Floyd County Sheriff Deputy Sarah James, and robbery resulting in serious bodily injury against Winnie Wynn.
When the jurors can hear from the community, a lot of times that evidence is very powerful for them. And we're just very grateful, though, the jury listened to all the evidence presented by both sides and rendered a verdict of guilty.
The Wynns can still remember that horrible day in April of 2022. Richard Wynn was in the kitchen and his wife was standing in the dining room when Shakir came in.
When I come out, they're already there.
And Shakir Douglas came through these doors holding Richard's wife, Winnie, hostage. It was at this point where he held a gun up to her, holding her at gunpoint.
Winnie didn't scream or make any noise because Shakir told her he had a gun. She feared for her life, thinking he would shoot her.
And then I go outside, show me in the car, he the gun, put my hair on this side and this side.
Police were everywhere. Shakir runs over Winnie. Richard witnessed everything.
She was down in the middle, and the guy go reverse and go forward, ran over her. I say, my God.
In his getaway, Douglas ran over Winnie's shoulder. She stayed in the hospital for a couple of days.
I think I'm very, very lucky. Yeah, because, this that happened so much.
For now, the Wynns are grateful to still be alive while they patiently wait for Shakir Douglas's sentencing. In New Albany, Taylor Woods, WHAS 11 night team on your side.
By the way, the sentencing for Shakir Douglas is later this month. It'll be held August 29th at 1:30 in the afternoon. New tonight on the night team, flock cameras are being installed throughout St. Matthews. It's an effort to help St. Matthews police track down stolen vehicles and enhance safety. The police chief there, Barry Wilkerson, believes the license plate readers will lead to quicker arrests, closed cases, and fewer high-speed chases. Wilkerson tells us the recently installed cameras have already made a difference.
I can tell you the flock cameras have already benefited some of our investigations, and I'm sure with other agencies themselves. Obviously, we're trying to advance with technology just as criminals are, so we're using the technology at this time to our advantage.
We don't know the exact number of flock cameras installed in St. Matthews or will be getting, but Metro Police have said that they have about 120 of these cameras already installed throughout Metro Louisville. Happening new tonight, another member of Manual High School's football coaching staff has been removed from their position. Ronnie Stoner, who's the brother of suspended head football coach Donnie Stoner, was removed as an assistant coach from the team. According to a JCPS spokesperson, the district has reassigned Ronnie to a bus compound where he will not have any contact with students. Ronnie Stoner was removed as head coach last month before he was arrested on sex abuse charges this Monday. Investigators say Ronnie had an alleged sexual relationship with a 17-year-old student. He pleaded not guilty at his arraignment this week. Ronnie Stoner is not facing any charges at this time. We also learned late today that a former Bullitt East High School coach is under arrest, accused of sexual misconduct. Mount Washington, Kentucky police say Brian Davis allegedly showed a nude photograph of himself to 14 and 15-year-old girls while coaching a soccer camp back in June. Davis resigned from Bullitt East a month later. Davis was arrested today and charged with 4 counts of distribution of obscene material to minors. LMPD is investigating after a man was found dead following a shooting in the Clifton Heights neighborhood that's just east of downtown. Police say they responded to the shooting at about 3:30 this afternoon on Idlewild Drive near Brownsboro Road. When officers arrived, they found a man who had been shot near the apartment complexes. He died at the scene. Right now, there are no suspects. Anyone with information that can help detectives, call the anonymous tip line at 574-LMPD. Also new right here at 11. Tomorrow, the mayor and Metro emergency officials are expected to announce the date of a public meeting about the house full of chemicals they plan to burn to the ground. And tonight, we have brand new details about how that fire is going to work from the head of Metro Emergency and Management Services, Jody Myman. Right now, though, Sky 11 drone pilots Reed Yaden and John Humphreys are giving us the first look above and around that house on Applegate Lane in Highview. Our Sky 11 drone is moving to the left. You are looking at a neighbor's home. As we move further to the left, you see the home owned by Mark Hibble, which will be set on fire by the city.
We want a hot fire, for a while, maybe a few hours it would be at the hottest to consume the chemicals that are in there.
There's a Metro police cruiser in Hibble's driveway, and a large fence surrounds the entire end of the block. The Hibble house is hidden by trees. The house you see right next door, so close, is the home he does not own, but that's where police say he was living as a squatter. Now let's take you up the driveway of Hibble's house and into the backyard. Around the garage, you can see the junk and other debris.
And a lot of it is household, just normal household products, but, along with those chemicals. But like I said, the dwelling itself and the components and the building materials themselves are going to burn, and they're going to off-gas and put out, some smoke itself.
When the fire is set, what's around the house? Here's the best look yet. You see the home with a pool that has some separation from the Hibble house. Then you'll see Hibble's home, the neighboring home where he lived. Then the Sky 11 drone crosses Maple Hill Road, and you see another large house. Here's why neighbors are understandably concerned. Let's look from his back door, the people who live behind Hibble's home. It's a mix of older and newer homes.
We're going to do everything we can to keep not only the community but our responders safe. And if and when there's a possible evacuation that takes place, we'll make sure that we go out as far as we think we need to go out due to the conditions that we have that day.
And now let's do the same right out his front door. Looking right across the street, you'll see several more homes, and they wrap around the entire end of the block. When the fire starts, here's a skyline treetop view for you. The fire will be visible in many areas of town that day.
It's like I said, it's one of those things you just want to be able to control it the best you can, and Mother Nature is going to be one of those ways that we have to control it. We've just got to wait for that perfect day.
The planning for incinerating 6213 Applegate Lane is underway.
We are going to take our time. We're going to do the right plan.
An approach to a crime scene that has never been tried or done before in Louisville. Now again, we still do not have the date on when that house will be set on fire. Louisville Mayor Craig Greenberg does plan to update the public on the investigation into the hazardous materials tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. WHAS 11 News will be there to bring you complete coverage tomorrow and on WHAS11.com. A woman suffered serious injuries after this terrible head-on crash with a Jefferson County school bus in the Belknap neighborhood of the Highlands today. LMPD says just before noon, they headed to this crash involving a school bus and a pickup truck on Newburgh Road near Trevilian Way. Police say the truck suddenly swerved into the path of the school bus, colliding with it head on. According to JCPS, there were no children at all on the bus. The bus driver was actually practicing his first run ahead of the first day of school, and he was taken to the hospital. The pickup truck driver had to be extracted from the wreck, but was alert and transported to the hospital, though, with serious injuries. All this week, St. Matthews has been honoring Officer Nicholas Wilt. He was released from the hospital just last Friday after being shot in the head on April 10th while racing toward the mass shooter at Old National Bank. WHAS11 night team photojournalist Emma Gefter tonight takes us to the Jeep show celebrating this local hero.
We were born for the win.
We're all a family, all law enforcement officers, EMS, fire, we're all a family.
Today is Four Wheels for Wilt. It is our Jeep show. Come out, their Jeeps are coming out like crazy. They started at 4 o'clock and the show doesn't even start until 5.
This one's a 1953, so it's 70 years old. It fought in the Korean War, and it wouldn't be complete without some of the very old Jeeps that served our country.
Coming home.
I think it's great. You know, I'd like to see it more for our first responders.
I think he feels supported and loved and grateful. I do really think he feels grateful.
No, oh, you do it. Okay.
We're really close community. G people, we really are really close and we care about each other, we help each other, we do as much as we can.
What do you guys like? I like that. I like Marvel over DC.
Got people from Ohio, people from Mississippi, people coming from everywhere to come out and support.
Used to spend my nights out in the ballroom.
Hope everybody recognizes that the community is here and backs them 100%.
Sit. Shake paw.
Brave, you know, one of the bravest people, and you got to support our law enforcement officers.
Amazing Jeeps, amazing cause there, of course, and one fundraiser yesterday is already making a big impact. We have an update for you. Texas Roadhouse is now donating $13,500 to the Metro Police Foundation to support Officer Wilt and his family. That is 100% of the profits from 4 of its locations just yesterday alone. Well, more local news tonight. The Sherman Minton Bridge might be opening just a bit sooner than expected. That's according to Kentucky Governor Andy Beshear, who dropped the news today. The emergency shutdown of the bridge happened last week. Repair work has been focused on the Louisville side of the approaches to the bridge. The original plan was to reopen all lanes before rush hour Monday morning, but here's what the governor said today.
Once the necessary repairs are made, the plan is to restore traffic at a limited capacity that existed prior to the closure. This is the news. The target for reopening is this weekend, prior to the morning commute on Monday.
You heard him say it. This is the news, so it could be a bit earlier. Stay tuned to find out. WHAS 11 News will alert you on your cell phone. All you need to do is sign up for our notifications of breaking news.